Hey everybody, just dropping in real quick, and I'm sorry I didn't get this in this morning. I am skipping tonight's episode because I have been so busy. I usually am able to film about 3 or 4 episodes a week. I've been needing to catch up on all my emails. I've started today. If I have not got to you yet, I'm so sorry for not being able. I have a few months worth to get back to. So I will get back to everybody as soon as possible. I'm doing my best. Like I said, I need to kind of regroup, take a day to breathe. And I also wanted to have everybody, because we have a lot of cool new people here. It's so awesome to see. I'm so excited to meet everybody. So let's do another Q&A. If anybody has any more questions, put them down there in the comments. I'll answer them in a few episodes or in a future episode. So yeah, welcome to all the new people. It's so exciting to see all these new faces enjoying with the family here, because we have an awesome family, and I really couldn't do it without you guys. So thank you so much. And like I said, any questions, put down there in the comments. Happy to answer anything. And so will the other ladies, because we have a lot of 80s groupies here. It's one gathering place where we rock. We rule. And also, I'm going to leave you with a couple groupie, what do you call it, tips. Little tips and tricks to win the hearts of the boys. Not always in between the sheets, ladies. But all right, thank you guys so much for all the love and support. I will see you Thursday. Cheers, big ears. Okay, so back in the day, like, you know, the Salt Lake City welcoming committee, me, Kristen, Danny, David, E, Marie. So when I first moved out on my own, when I would have, you know, a couple rockers over here and there, I would go, and a lot of you may not know who this is, Mrs. Fields Cookie. They used to be like, they were the #1 gourmet, the original gourmet cookie. They were so rich, so good, the best fucking cookie you've ever had, right? So when rockers would come over, I would go get like 2 dozen of Mrs. Fields cookies from the mall, because that was the only place you could get them. And I would throw like some used bowls, put a little flour down, put them in the oven to warm them up. And they'd come in, they're like, oh, it smells like cookies. I'm like, oh, thanks. Here you go. Here's the cookies. Oh, here's cookies. And they would just rave about how good my cookies were, right? Then Danny, if anybody's ever stayed at the Doubletree Hotel, they still have the chocolate chip cookies, but they used to give these tins of them that were like 3, 4, 5, these big, huge chocolate chip cookies. So when bands would stay at the Doubletree here in Salt Lake City, we would, you know, if we were jumping from room to room, not like that, not like sexually, but just, you know, taking the party wherever the party goes, you know, with the bass player, we happened to walk by the drummer's room. I'd grab the bass player's cookies, I'd grab the drummer's tin of cookies, we'd grab the tour manager's tin, whoever's room we stopped by to party at. We would knife their cookies. We would totally steal their cookies, right? And so Danny would put them in care packages, because we would send care packages once in a while out on the road to the hotel. Like, we'd call their management, be like, hey, we're trying to get a hold of so-and-so, you know, can't find the hotel. They tell us the hotel. So we would, like, FedEx these care packages with these cookies from the Doubletree Hotel. And that was Danny's recipe. My recipe was the Mrs. Fields. My recipe, my quote-unquote, was Mrs. Fields. Danny's recipe was the Doubletree cookies. We just told them it was our separate recipes, and they never had any clue. They'd be like, these girls make the best cookies, and we'd bring them to like some of the shows with us sometimes. And we couldn't exactly, especially if they were staying at the Doubletree Hotel, we couldn't, you know, bring Danny's cookies, because that would be the dead giveaway. They look exactly like it, taste exactly like it. So we would always bring my cookies locally, but send her cookies in care packages. Her cookies, the Doubletree cookies and the Mrs. Fields cookies. So ladies, you don't always have to make your own cookies to get your rocker. But yeah, that's what we used to do. So they think we still make really good cookies. No. I still use Toll House. Okay, so groupie tip number 1. Well, this is probably groupie tip number 112, because you need to know this one probably a little bit more into your groupie life. If the band asks you to go to the hotel with them, make sure it's in the same city and state, for that matter. Just might want to keep a toothbrush in your purse. Yeah. Found that out the hard way.